Hey there, guys. So for those I hang out with in-game, I know I've been talking about doing up a video showing my guild flagship design. And for those who I don't hang out with in the game, here's a video on my guild flagship design. So what I want to do is basically just go through here like I do my other stronghold type stuff and just kind of explain my mindset and kind of what my ideas were and how I hope they translate. So let's start off on the bridge. So you zone in, here's what you see. What I wanted to do with the bridge was make it really reminiscent of like a starship, like something you'd see in the movies, or if one really existed, you might imagine seeing some kind of layout like this where you've got computer terminals everywhere, you've got monitors, you've got maybe battle stations or whatever, but you've got a lot of technology around helping you do your mission, whatever that mission is. So you'll see here we've got monitors, we've got lots of stations with chairs and different things where people could sit and do work or whatever their job or responsibility is. And then as you make your way to the front of the bridge, what we're hoping translates here is you see more of like a command element. So you see the galactic map, and you see command consoles, and when you get here in the what I refer to as the commander spot, then it should feel like you have reign over everybody that's around you. That you could really do command and control up here and lead your people effectively from the bridge for whatever operations or whatever you're doing. So that's how I hope it comes across. That's kind of the idea behind it. And I think for what it is, it works really well. I feel like the Imperial ship would have done a lot better with its layout for that kind of idea. The Republic ship's a little limiting, but it is what it is. Okay, so let's go into the side room here to the left of where you first zone in at. What this room is supposed to be is your central hub for like all your needs, your GTN, your banks, your prefab vendors, item modification, mailbox, all of that kind of stuff you find right here. So you zone into the ship, take an immediate left, and here's all your stuff. But what I wanted to do is do it in a way that didn't look like that's all it was. I wanted to do it in a way that you could imagine, that if you really walked into this room, that it was more than that. It was a place you could lounge and hang out. You've got a tiny little cantina in the back. You have some gambling, you have jukebox, you have all that kind of stuff where you could sit and relax while you're taking care of, some of your errands or whatever that you need to get done. So that's what that room's supposed to translate to. All right, so let's go up to the officer deck. Now the officer deck, I only have one thing done here, and it's the room to the right, not the left. And what that room is supposed to be is it's supposed to be like your meeting room. Like I don't have a guild necessarily for this per se, but it's supposed to be like if you're in a guild, this is your meeting room. So when you guys do your monthly meetings or whatever, or you're having a briefing or whatever, you come here and you can have all your officers or all your Jedi masters if you're a role player or whatever. You could have them up here, and you guys could have your members in the seats listening or whatever. But it's supposed to be very reminiscent of that command structure, like that higher command type thing, where you've got people talking or briefing or whatever, the members, of your community or whatever. So that's what this room is supposed to read. Definitely it's supposed to read more Jedi than anything else. But hopefully all that stuff comes across when you walk in there and you get that first view of it when you turn the corner. Hopefully it reads like that kind of room. All right, so let's go down to the command deck. The command deck's probably the room I'm most proud of because I've put so much time and effort, credits and farming and all that kind of stuff into it. What you guys should see when you come in here, I don't know if anybody's ever played Final Fantasy VIII, but that starting university, that central seat of knowledge, when these doors open, that's what you're supposed to get. That's where I got the idea from, was when you walk in here, you see, a nice, relaxing, placid environment. You see students or you see mentors or whatever, they're out studying, they're looking up information. You've got your computer terminals where you can sit down, find information, study up on it. But I wanted this to be a central seat of knowledge. Basically you would come in here and then disperse elsewhere. And there are 3 rooms attached to the command deck, and what those 3 rooms are, I don't have them all unlocked, but what they're going to be is basically one for each class. So you'll have your Jedi themed one, you'll have your Trooper themed one, and then you'll have your Scoundrel or Smuggler, whatever you want to call it, themed one, which is what we see right in front of us. Now this room is almost complete. It's not truly complete because I'm missing a couple of computer terminals here, which you have to farm from boarding party app on M side, so it's been a little rough going trying to get those, but we're needing 2 more, and then I'll be good to go on this one in this room I can call complete. But you guys see here, this is our smuggler room, and when you walk in here, it's supposed to give that presence of, there might be a back alley shady deal or something going on in here, almost like that hut type thing where you've got your enforcers and you've got your your hired goons or whatever, and they're just kind of standing around. So you go through that door and you feel like you're going through security, like you're being scrutinized. And then you come into this room, and here's where you've got your gambling, you've got your, your bar, you've got your dancers, you've got all of that stuff, but it's done in a way that hopefully comes across as cantina-like. Maybe you guys could almost imagine like Han Solo or somebody like sitting in the back, going over some deal or whatever. The room is by default a lot lighter. I wish I could take the ambiance of the room, like turn the lights down and make it a little darker, but it's just the way the room is, so that doesn't necessarily read well. But hopefully the idea does. One of the cool things, though, are these little Jawas that I was able to finagle on top of these stools. So it was actually really, really rough trying to glitch those guys out perfectly on top of a stool so that when somebody walked in here, it looked like they were standing up there because they're too short to deal out anything. But just a little fun side note. I had some fun doing that when I was making this room. One of the things I like to do, and you guys have probably seen this hopefully by now, going through all the rooms, is I like to do things symmetrically. I think symmetry looks very, very good, especially in the strongholds type stuff. So you'll see that. You see 2 bars, you see, if there's somebody talking over here, there's probably somebody talking to somebody on the other side to make it feel full. Like right here, you see 2 cantinas on both sides, a female and a male bartender, but they're flipped. So you'll get that symmetry, but it doesn't look repeated maybe, or that's how I hope it comes across, that it looks different enough to feel not copied and pasted. So alright, so I'm going to take you guys to my last little part. It's the crew deck, and with the crew deck, it's very bare bones. I just opened it. But basically, this is your military crew deck, so this is where all of your staff is at. So for anybody that's ever been in the military, you walk into a barracks type situation or something like that, you have somebody that's standing there for accountability. So that's what this guy is there for. That Republic Guard is there for accountability, check in, check out, all that kind of stuff. When you walk into this portion, this is your, main, hangout area, if you want to call it that, I don't know, but this is the common area. This is where you've got your rooms, your dormitories, your barracks, whatever you want to call it, off to the side. This is where you would come out to watch some TV, kick back, whatever, when you're off duty. So that's the idea with this little portion. I don't have any of the rooms locked on the side, unlocked anyways, on the sides. So this is about as far as I've gotten, but. Who knows? Hopefully in the future I can put a little bit more work into it and get a little bit more out there for you guys to see. But that's all I got, guys. Hopefully you like some of these ideas. If you saw any decoration that you're wondering what it is, like what the name of it is, just drop me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what it is, about what time it was, and I'll find it for you and I'll link it over. But that's all I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. If you have any ideas for me that would be cool, let me know, guys. Thanks, and I'll see you on the next video.